What are you thankful for?
Legs.
Legs?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I was just Spider-Man. Power.
What about
You know what I'm
Spider-Man?
thankful for?
What?
Metal, plastic, and wood.
Yeah, those are fine things. Okay, so what's going to happen today? You're going to be given something that looks really close to a parallelogram. You're going to be like, oh, that's definitely a parallelogram. So they're going to try and trick you to see what your knowledge on parallelograms. So it can only be a parallelogram if it satisfies one of our 6 properties of a parallelogram. So again, today they're going to show you a picture that looks like a parallelogram and you have to decide if it is or isn't. Okay? So let's just review quick what our properties are. So what do we know about opposite sides of a parallelogram? They're the same. That one works. Yep. So we can say that they're congruent. That they are congruent. So in the picture, remember when you see things that are congruent, they have those little tick marks. So that would tell you those sides are congruent, and then 2 for 2. But the most important part about this is it needs to be both pairs. So you have to have all 4 sides marked. If you just had 2, that wouldn't be enough info. It has to be all 4.
What if it's... Never mind.
Okay. What else do we know about opposite sides? They're congruent and they are?
Parallel.
Yes, you guys are good. Parallel. And on a picture, we use those little arrows that kind of look like triangles. So that would tell us this side's parallel to this side. You could go 2 for 2. And again, it needs to be both.
Did you move the pencil thing?
Nope, top. There you go. What do we know about opposite angles? Like these two. They're the same, yep. They are congruent. So we use those little artsy marks. Hello. They can tell us this, or they can just give us the measure. So we can kind of, this is like 110, 110. And like the other 2, it needs to be both pairs. So like all 4 angles, you have to know something about all 4 of them. Okay, the bottom 3. Okay, what's our other property dealing with angles? One angle is supplementary to, do you guys remember?
Nope.
It's supplementary to the one next to it, so we call them consecutive. So one angle is supplementary to both its consecutive angles. So if we pretended like this angle was 60, that would have to be 120, and so would that one. They would have to add the 180. Maybe I'll put that like there too, so you know 180, 180. What do diagonals do? Stuff? Remember specifically?
Nope.
They what each other?
Cross.
Cross? Yes, they bisect each other. Bisect each other. So if we draw those in here, there's one diagonal. There's my other one. They could maybe have little tick marks, or they could have a number. Just know that they have to be the same.
Should have said biceps.
Biceps, oh yeah.
Biceps.
They bicep.
And then our last one's kind of goofy. One pair of opposite sides are both parallel and congruent. So if you just have one pair of sides that are parallel and congruent, that would be a parallelogram. So if you had a tick mark and a little arrow thingy-majig, that would be a parallelogram. And now we're just going to look at a bunch of quadrilaterals and say yes or no. Is it a parallelogram or is it not? Okay? So let me flip the page and we will try some examples.
First,
So what do we think about the first one? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. And what would our reason be? Yeah, opposite sides. What do these lines mean? Congruent. Yep. So if you kind of want to abbreviate that, you could say op sides. Then you could put a congruent symbol, just so you kind of know. Or if you're a visual person, you could like circle, so you guys know those are together, and like square these ones. However it makes sense in your brain, works for me. What about our second one?
Yes.
Yes. What would our reason be?
The angles.
Yep, they are equal, right? So
Mhm.
you could say yes, opposite angles are congruent. Perfect, that was good. What about this third one?
Yes.
We want to say yes, right? Because 95 is equal to 95,
The other angle wouldn't be.
but this wouldn't be 70.
Because it wouldn't add up to 180.
Right, do these two add to 180?
No.
No, we only get 165 and we want 180. So that would be a no. That would be a no.
Could we put the 165 as our y?
No, it works, yeah. But angle's not supplementary, they don't add to 180. Let's cross off this one. Not that you guys couldn't do it. We just don't have one like that in our homework. We're just gonna bypass it today. What do we think about that next one?
No.
yes.
This one's yeah, right? So what's happening to our diagonals? They're being bisected, right? Yeah. Diagonals bisect. This one looks pretty similar.
One.
No. Is 7 equal to 6?
Nope.
Nope. So you can put 7 is not equal to 6. Diagonals don't bisect. Whatever your little heart wants to write.
Okay, the one that I was answering no to is the wrong.
The next one?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. What do we think about this bottom left one?
No.
No? Why?
Because the side lengths are equal.
Yeah, 4.2 is not equal to 4. And then our last one here? No. What do those add to? 175, and we know we want 180. Woo! Okay, super. Find your homework packet, and we have plenty in mine. This is good. We are golden kids. We are looking for the yellow worksheet. Perfect.
Huh?
Oh, sorry, pardon. harder.
Where is it?
Oh,
It's yellow, it's like right after the bright green one. There you go.
I just don't be sweet. Is this stuff about parallelograms?
It's just what we were doing.
Okay.
It's not hard, or it won't take you long.
Cause like the quizzes thing
Did it confuse you? We've been gone, so you haven't been here for all the notes. Okay, number 1. Explain why every parallelogram is a quadrilateral, but not every quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So, if we think about what's a quadrilateral, how many sides does it have?
Where
4. How many sides does a parallelogram have?
plus or
4, right? So that's why a parallelogram is a quadrilateral. So we could just go like this. Has 4 sides. But can we think of a 4-sided figure that's not a parallelogram?
a pentagon? No,
That have 5 sides. A diamond, yep. So we'll talk about this later. A diamond actually is like a rhombus. And that is a type of parallelogram. But if we look over here, you see how a trapezoid
Yeah.
has 4 sides, but it's not considered a parallelogram? So we could say like a trapezoid. Or like because there's different types of quadrilaterals that exist. Some quadrilaterals aren't parallelograms. I'm going to draw the little shape, such as a trapezoid. More to come on that later in the chapter, so don't worry. We'll talk more about those shapes next week. Some quads aren't parallelograms, like a trapezoid. And now we have a bunch of examples just deciding if these quadrilaterals are parallelograms. So on 2, what do we think?
Yes.
We want to say yes, because we know that these add to 180, but we would have to know either this angle here or this one.
But you can find it out, right?
Only if we knew if we had parallel lines, but we don't right now, because we don't know for sure. So this one would be not enough info. No, you don't have enough info. We can put NEI if you want to abbreviate it. We just don't have enough to decide. It sure looks like it, but we don't know for sure. What about 3?
No,
No. Why is this one no?
because you only have 2 sides.
Yeah, we would need to know these 2 sides. So again, not enough info. What about 4? Yeah. Yep, opposite sides are parallel. Perfect.
Yes,
5 is yes. Why?
because they're congruent.
Perfect. Opposite sides are congruent.
Yes,
6 is also yes. Why?
because those opposite sides are congruent.
Good job, buddy. And 7.
Yes.
no.
Because we would want 3 across from 3, right? And 2 across from 2.
Oh wait, were you talking about a diamond?
Yep.
So it's not
This would be
a
like a
so
kite.
it's a quadrilateral?
This would be like a kite.
Oh.
I guess when I think of a diamond, I think of a rhombus. I don't think of. I think there's different. That's why we don't study diamonds. I think it's up to people's opinions on where it kind of falls. You guys keep working. Wave me over if you need me.